It's your boy G Baby, aka Gian, aka the Caribbean Cowboy, back again. Please check out darkhavenstudio.com for all apparel that's in the website. Use code GBABY for 10% off of any product in the store. Yes, like hoodies like these. You got rash guards if you want to wrestle, shorts if you want to surf or wrestle. And yeah, check it out. darkhavenstudio.com, or you can find them on Instagram at darkhavenstudio for 10% off with the code GBABY. Sup?
That's the shoot, baby.
And we have Caleb Ramirez, aka Man Shit Enthusiast, aka Pro MMA Fighter, aka the Native Ass Kicker. What is up? What is your nickname?
The Thunder one.
The Thunder one, dude. That's fucking dope, dude. That's it.
Yeah, because Gabe's the Thunderfuck.
Yeah. They call me Thunderbutt, dude.
Thunderbutt.
How's training so far, man?
It's good. It's good. I've just been staying consistent and just trying to stay in a good enough shape where I'm not beating myself to the ground and just waiting for a fight.
Oh, yeah. And you said you had some offers on the table,
Yeah,
possibly?
I actually just got a message tonight. We'll see where that goes. They offered me a couple guys for July 31st for I know the promotion is for Rough.
Oh, nice.
But we'll see. It's at Phoenix.
Yeah.
I mean, just for me, man, it's like just put somebody in front of me. I've been training hard, man. I'm hungry.
Fucking hey.
When was your last fight?
It was January 8th or 18th, I think it was, of
last year?
Last year, yeah.
Damn.
Wait, isn't that same card? It was like a bunch of Denver fighters against an Albuquerque fighter. Albuquerque fighters, like New Mexican fighters.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think we had 5 guys from our gym
Yeah,
fight that night.
because I.
Show up to weigh-ins like dead. Just drag me on the scale.
Dude, I was just watching that episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they have that crow, like, what is it, crow egg protein shake? It's like, Cowboy Cerrone was in the episode, and they're like, the UFC guys love this shit. And they're like, yeah, because we shit and we get diarrhea and throw up, and it helps us cut weight.
Dude, Cowboy says ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, no, he was hilarious in that because he's like, if I don't make weight.
Forgot forgot about that.
Yeah, that was so much fun, dude.
Oh, yeah.
But you made it through the weeding process. Like, if you go out there and you can't perform, so to speak, or if you do perform and you're a pussy about it or whatever it is, like, everybody out there is the reason why, you know, they say they don't raise cattle, they raise bad motherfuckers, you know.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. Is because it's like you get tested, and if you make it through the gatekeeper, so to speak, you know, you make it through the first day, and you get invited back. You know, it's like, all right, you know.
Yeah, I was surprised I got invited back, dude.
What? It's because you have a good attitude. Like, everybody who goes out there, it's just, you know, it's good vibes, man. Everybody's laughing afterwards. We kick the shit out of each other.
Yeah. You gotta hug it out and like have a good like.
Sit in the sauna, maybe go get in the cold plunge, you know.
Hell yeah.
And to be honest, that's like one of the reasons why, actually, probably almost the reason I came out to New Mexico in the first place.
Was to go train there?
Yeah, go to BMF Ranch. I started at Jackson Wheat, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for like 1 month, and then after that, I went to Latrell's.
What made you leave, Jack?
So, from my knowledge, I'm the first Native American to compete on a world stage against other countries and represent all Native people as a country and win. I fought 3 fights, 3 fights in 2 days.
Holy shit!
I won all 3. I finished all 3.
How many rounds were each fight?
3 rounds.
3
so
rounds.
A regular. I think there are 3 threes.
Wow.
Hammy fight.
Oh wow.
That's insane. So you had 3 fights in 2 days?
Mm-hmm. I finished all 3 of them. I TKO'd the first guy. TKO'd the first guy, TKO'd the second guy, and then I triangled the third guy.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome, man.
So that was my big hurrah moment of my amateur career.
Are you more of a stand-up guy, or do you like grappling better?
Now I've become more of a grappler. I love jiu-jitsu and stuff, but now I'm more. I like wrestling now. Before, like I said, I was a shit wrestler. Excuse me, and there was like just no way I could stop a takedown to save my life ever. Watch any of my amateur fights, it was just like, oh, he's on his back.
Yeah. That's that old school shit. Like, you know, you watch older fighters and stuff where people, okay. It says. So I was trying to get a hold because they said that the audio was cutting out.
Oh, really?
It says it's working right now. I'm not sure, but I know. Hopefully, it says recorded. Shit. That's a distraction.
Oh, so where are you originally from?
Northern California. I was born in a little town called Woodland. It's about 15 minutes north of Sacramento. It's right on the other side of the bridge where the Sacramento airport is. There's a river right there, and I'm like more of like it's the Sacramento River, and then there's like this big span where they grow rice. I'm like right on the other side of that.
Oh,
nice.
So you're not like near LA or anything?
Mm-mm.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's way far. That's way far away.
And
that's super far.
And then far north is where I grew up, also in a little town called Happy Camp.
Oh, nice.
The little mountain town used to be like a miner's town.
Yeah.
It kind of became a hippie town, and then it became a weed town. Everybody's growing weed, and now it's just kind of like settled down into a nice little mountain town. You know?
That's where I'm going. I'm going to play in Bisbee, Arizona in a couple weeks.
Right on.
And that fucking place is like same thing. It was like a copper mining town, and the way it's like all dug out and shit. Well, like literally the bar we play is like on top of a fucking old shaft, like where you go down in the ground.
Nice.
And it's fucking those towns always become like dope ass like like, yeah, we grow weed now. It's
Yeah.
like, we used to kill each other with mines, like people get inhalation poisoning and shit. Now
We used
they're
to kill immigrants after
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
music them.
yeah. We used to make brown people do all the work for us, and now we grow weed. Like now
we
we
still
grow
have now the brown people are just growing our weed.
They're still growing it. It's just the white people selling it now.
Well, you gotta have a market front guy. You gotta have a guy out there in a suit.
Yeah.
So technically, it's like having that one white friend that if you're speeding, he's the one talking to the officer.
Oh, you're talking about me?
Yes, yes.
Because I have that. I can get that. Really, what seems to be the problem? Like you get that fucking clear, that nice clear. Guys, I got this.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta
Sir,
just-
can I help you? Is there an issue? Oh my god, I didn't even know.
That's why I like driving from El Paso to Albuquerque with Nate in the passenger seat.
Oh, Nate.
Oh yeah.
Nate is like the epitome of like. Excuse me,
Yeah.
officer. What's the problem? Love Nate.
Yeah, dude, for real. I was driving to Albuquerque from El Paso after a seminar, and we had to stop at the
That little border patrol checkpoint.
yeah. So and then I rolled down the window. I was the one driving, and they're like, "Are you an American citizen?" And I was like, "Yes." And they like stared at me, and then Nate pops out. He's like, "As white as they can be."
Yeah. Did I mention I am too? He's got that fucking. He's got John Mulaney swag, dude.
Yeah, and he was just like,
Hello.
She was just like, okay, you can go.
Yeah.
I was like, thank God. Yeah. Like,
Oh.
I know I'm an American citizen. Like, I was born an American citizen. But,
Yeah.
like, I still get a little bit worried because
Dude, you ever feel guilty? You're like, am I not?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm born in El Paso, dude. My mom's Mexican. Like, I was like, shit, was I really born in El Paso, though? You start getting fucking, start second guessing yourself. Oh.
Because I took my ancestry test, I'm like 1% Mexican, and I'm like, is this 1% gonna fuck me?
Yeah. They're like, then they look at my beard and they're like, yeah, you're good. Like, sir, is there a problem?
So that's a Canelo.
Yeah, right. Dude, he fucked it up for the rest of us, dude. For the rest of us, like ginger Mexicans.
Ginger
He kind of fucked it up for us by fucking being so famous, you know. We're not supposed to know we exist. Yeah.
Who was he fighting? It was.
Oh, he just fought recently against the British guy.
I forgot his name.
Fuck.
I just thought it was funny. I remember who he fought, but the other corner, the guy looked Mexican, but they spoke English in his corner, and then he had Canelo that didn't look Mexican, and they
He
only
looks straight up
spoke
Irish.
Spanish. I was like, what's going on here?
Dude, he like barely. He's like, which is like I'm like stoked about it. I'm like he's not even really trying to learn English that much. Like,
Oh,
doesn't
no,
he
what's
like,
the
yeah.
point? It's like, dude, I got like
Mayweather-
millions of dollars.
Yeah, Mayweather
Yeah.
didn't even need to read.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not like the sharpest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's crazy to me is I didn't know fucking Mayweather could grow hair like that. Have you
Yeah.
seen him in the press conferences?
Yeah, his little homeless beard thing.
Yeah, he's got that little scraggly beard going on. Like,
I'm proud of him.
dude, he fucking he looks like Marvin Gaye now. Like,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Mayweather.
I'm not,
I mean, who he is, I guess. I've never met him.
Yeah.
But I just personally I don't know. Yeah, I saw him in a yoga studio one time, and the yoga studio was like supposed to be like,
Yeah,
stretch
it's a
and
little
peace.
zen.
Yeah, and he's in there like $100 bills, and like he goes outside and eats Big Macs. I'm like, bro, stay outside, dude.
yeah,
Disrespect.
he's making it rain at hot yoga. Like, what?
This is downward dog, and he's just like
Yeah, he's
throwing
just,
it up.
he's just
Dude, so I first met Caleb here at, we were filming that commercial together. That
awesome.
shit was fucking fun.
So
with
I
the
can't
Master
wait
Ken.
to see how that.
I know, dude. I'm like,
I heard it
I'm
came
dying.
out.
I'm dying to be cut out of it. I can't wait to see that. I got like none of my parts got in.
I heard that Black Rifle Coffee loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Hell yeah.
Matt's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he was such a nice guy. And I was like explaining. Remember, I was like, because I was like, man, this guy's like an internet star, dude. And so I was like, I'm gonna have fun with this shit. And I remember, I think he had the banner and he dropped it and he picked it up and I was like, nice fucking ass, daddy. And he's just like turning around like, what the fuck is this? Whose man's is this, dude?
No, he immediately looked at me like, "Why did you bring him?"
Yeah.
First?
He's like, I know this is your
He
fault.
laughs. He
Yeah,
laughs.
yeah, no. He was super cool about it, but I was like, man, who does that? Like, who fucking just like meets somebody for the first time? Is like, what's up, daddy? I like your mustache.
He actually asked me if you were a comedian,
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh, no, he's a musician. And I'm trying to get into comedy. He's like, oh, he's a natural.
That's really cool. No, that shit's awesome, dude, because now I see people will post that shit, and I'm like, yeah, I met that guy. I got to work with him.
Did you know he lived in Albuquerque?
No, I had no idea.
I found out after I was telling one of my roommates about it. Like, dude, he lives here. And I was like, what?
After the commercial?
Yeah. No. I knew. I went Thanksgiving, remember?
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Oh, did you guys hang out with him on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we all sat
Yeah,
down.
we're
and had
family,
That's fucking
dude.
cool.
Yeah.
Hell
It was
yeah.
a good time.
Hernandez, Ramirez. We're
Yeah.
cousins, dude.
Yeah.
My mom has an ES name.
Yeah.
It's not an EZ, but it's an
Are
ES.
you half Latino?
It's very complicated.
Yeah,
Like-
'cause
like
I know
was
you're-
telling you kind of off camera there. But
Yeah, because I know you're native,
yeah.
but Ramirez doesn't sound Apache to me.
No. It's Garcia is my Apache side.
Oh, really?
Actually from out here, like Roswell area.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So, and then the Ramirez is from my great grandfather, he was from Mexico, but from what I was told, he was indigenous Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, which makes him whatever
That's
that
awesome.
area. He might be from Incan Maya, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome, dude.
but all Mexican people, in my opinion, are indigenous.
Yeah.
Just like they're basically just like a
Mixed indigenous
a-
people. Yeah.
They're a Spanish version of an American, so to speak, because they're indigenous mixed with whoever colonized with you.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
that's true.
Hey, we're going to run to a commercial real quick. We'll be right back. Gabe Gambino. Well, you might know me from this podcast. I'm also a musician. I have like 3 bands, like 6 hip-hop projects. And none of it's possible without the people here at Red Gorilla Studios. Ricardo has personally dealt with my recording, my mixing, my mastering. We do it all. We put on 3 to 4 live stream shows every week. Here at Red Gorilla Studios, if you go to redgorillastudios.com, you can watch our past work. You can listen to music. You can even shop for your favorite local artists' music at just $1 a song on our online store. If you go to redgorillastudios.com, you can find out more. If you're an artist, you want to do voiceovers, recording, mixing, mastering, we do it all here. And yeah, it's the best job I ever had. So quit fucking around. Okay, we have the best prices here. We don't need a discount code because our services are a discount code. You motherfuckers. RedGorillaStudios.com. Do it. Don't be a fucking puss. Okay, so John got back from a trip.
Yeah.
Well, I heard, from what I hear, you did really well, and then
Well, okay. To be fair,
to be fair,
I'm a leg locker, right?
Yeah.
I love heel hooks. Heel hooks are my shit because I don't have to worry about punches to my face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's just straight jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna invert and go for legs.
Yeah.
But last minute, they were like, "Hey, no heel hooks." When in the last tournament they allowed it.
Ah,
I'm
see, that's bullshit, dude.
Yeah, so I was training for that, but it's not an excuse. I lost. I got lazy on top side control. So what happened? I was going against this Atos blue belt. He's a blue belt under Andre Galvao, who's an ADCC champ.
Yeah.
He collar tied me, then I swept him, and then I stayed on top. And I got on side control. He got me in a buggy choke.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, so it's like a new submission
Yeah,
it's,
you can
it's
tell
like-
because his name isn't like
Yeah,
fucking.
so- yeah. Do you know what a buggy choke is?
No.
See,
not
that's
familiar.
He
that's
got you in
how much
that
of a
Abraham
bullshit-
Lincoln
yeah.
choke, dude.
Yeah, so
That Gettysburg Address.
and it's known for Atos. Like it's not even a 10 planet move.
So
So it's like you're on bottom side. It's when you like grab your own leg and then you figure forward your legs, and basically their armpit is choking you.
Oh shit.
And I got out of it, and then me being fucking stubborn, I'm like, this motherfucker's not gonna catch me in that. I'm gonna get back on side control, and I'm gonna submit him with a baseball choke.
Yeah.
He got me, and then it was already too deep, and then I tapped out with like a minute left.
Shit.
And the guy got his next opponent with that same choke too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so that's like his thing.
Oh, okay.
But like, still, I was really pissed at myself because I feel like I lost because, I made a mistake, not because he was a better grappler.
Well, let's see. The thing I can relate to it is like playing bad shows. Like I played a lot of them. Like I've been doing this like 11 years, like playing shows and stuff. Like playing a bad show, dude. Like you're like on your way home and you're like, this is how they're gonna remember me. And then you're like, and then you get on stage the next time and you fucking kill it, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, it's not the end of the world or whatever,
But it was so much fun, and it was the most weed I smoked in my lifetime.
Really?
It was so much weed.
Dude, I think in your absence, in your memory, like while you were gone, I actually been smoking the most weed. Like I've been doing the hash and like I've been getting like, and I'm like not much of a smoker,
You're getting deep into it. You did like 2 episodes straight. Huh?
My roommate Kent was like, dude, this is so fun watching you become a stoner. Because we get home and I'm like, fucking roll it up, dude. Like I was dispensary weed for no, because people just give me weed. Like when you're in a band, like it's pretty cool. People are just always.
Well, it's kind of like being the guy at the bar that don't drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to. You want to drink, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just one, bro. Like I don't drink. Look, why are you here? Well, my girl's right there.
Yeah.
Just kind of having a good time. And, like, don't be a fag.
Let me just throw darts.
Yeah.
All right.
I've heard that too, man. When people are like, just fucking hit it, man. Don't be a pussy. And I'm like, dude, the day I let you make me think I'm a pussy is the day I'll think I'm a pussy. Like, when people are like, also they're like, hey man, let's play a drinking game, and I'm like, bitch, I don't play when I drink, dude. It's not a game to me. This shit ain't a game to me, son.
Yeah.
Man shit, dude.
Yeah, that's the man shit.
Man shit. Men do what they want when they want,
Actually, so it's funny. Estrella, she actually commented on one of those things. I made a post about man shit, and she was like, oh yeah, real men don't go out there and tell the world about being a man, this and that. And I was like, real men do what the fuck they want.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I actually traveled to Las Vegas with her, and she finally has a nickname now.
Oh, let's hear it. The internet wants to hear it.
Yeah, exactly. So her nickname is Estrella Raw Dog Ramirez.
Raw Dog.
Yeah, because she went to Vegas without getting vaccinated, so it's Raw Dog.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, that's like that's the last thing you would Yeah. You know what's funny, dude? Is like they call me Raw Dog too,
but for a different reason.
Yeah. I don't wear condoms.
That makes sense.
They say like 2 out of 3 people like still don't wear condoms, like in college,
Yeah.
Or like no, actually 2 out of 3 people do wear condoms, but the other third are still pretty cool. I'm just kidding. We're if you have to.
Yeah, maybe you have to.
Yeah.
You being from Cali, do you smoke or?
Yeah, I do.
Do you get tested for fights before or no?
The weirdest thing, I've only been tested once, and it was as an amateur, which I didn't understand, because amateurs don't get tested, they get drug tested. But they tested me, and I'm not gonna say which fight, which promotion, because the guy was pretty cool, because I had weed in my system, but I was still technically a California resident, and I had my card in California, so it was technically legal, and I just moved here, but I was in transition.
Yeah.
The guy, yeah. So yeah, I've been tested once, and I asked him, I was being cool, just kind of like, hey guy, Cali, right? But he let it slide. But yeah, I do smoke. I really only smoke at nighttime. Just because it's more of like a medicine to me. I don't use it recreationally. It's just one of those things that I really enjoy to. I mean, on occasion I'll have a beer or something, but I don't go too deep on with the booze. I really enjoy just smoking and relaxing. Man. It's not really.
Yeah. No, dude, that's definitely what I've been digging about weed lately and stuff. It's like, well, just getting like obliterated too, and watching specials about like whales and shit. And I'm like, holy shit, dude!
Isn't it so weird how it makes you like extra sensitive? Like what are the whales doing?
Yeah, dude, I'm like, dude, and then you see the whale die, and and then you see the rest.
You're on
the
your
circle of life, dude. Yeah,
I can't watch MMA fights high because I'm like, I see a knockout trigger me. It's like, that's impressive. High me is like, oh no, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Dude, I don't think I've ever watched Fight Stone, but I think I'd be the same. I'd be like, he didn't have to celebrate that hard. It's kind of mean. He already won. Dude, don't you think it hurts him?
Being his shit,
right, dude. He's like all pointing at his face, like after he gets knocked out, and I'm like, dude, the guy's barely awake. Like, you don't have to shout at him either. That's not very nice,
I always felt the worst for Ben Askren.
Dude, after Mazda, fucking, bro, I was like, he got.
And then like act like him when he like.
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite.
Man, he stole that from Tank Abbott, man. Remember Tank Abbott?
Oh my god.
Remember he knocked that dude out like it was one of the earlier UFCs?
Yeah.
And the guy was out, he's like convulsing, and he's like, look at this retard. Oh, Tank Abbott's all pointing at him like, look at this guy, huh? What a fucking asshole. What a pussy.
They don't make him like
He's
Tank
all
Abbott
he's all seizing up, dude. What an asshole. Like, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? That shit's so fucking gnarly. But yeah, no, Masvidal too. Like that shit was funny because like before that Usman fight, when he's like, man, he got pillow hands, and he's like, he said Usman had pillow hands, and then he's like, some people just ain't blessed with the ability to hurt a man with their hands, and it must suck for him and shit. Then he got knocked the fuck out. Like,
that's funny
with the classic like the Rocky. As soon as he got hit, like shit sprayed off his face. Like
so, it's funny because like his gimmick is like, oh, I'm gonna baptize him, you know. And the thing is that I bet he regrets pouring water in his head.
Oh,
and then get punched like that and just having water spraying everywhere, dude.
Yeah, with the most classic, like, I wonder how many photographers made a shitload of money capturing the moment, like the spray's coming off his face.
I felt, to be honest, I'm a huge Masvidal fan. So
Yeah.
for
me too.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's the thing, though. I like both of them, and I was just hoping for a good fight.
It's just I love
I was
Masvidal's strike force too, because he's like he has like that
Oh,
Cuban
yeah.
boxing going on,
Oh, yeah.
like, and his jiu-jitsu was so underrated too. But like, I felt like he
I
got
think
cocky.
Dude, I think once you get, like, known, once you get known in the fighting world for, like, cool, like, you know, you get, like, a sick, like, head kick knockout, then you're going to try for that, like, in every fight after. You're going to try and repeat that magic instead of, like, and I think a lot of fighters end up doing that where, like, they don't, like, stick to what made them really good a lot of times. Mm-hmm. Or they kind of change up, or they're like, oh, I'm a knockout artist now. Like, once they start knocking people out.
I really feel like a lot of fighters, like me as being a fighter, like,
Yeah.
from my experience, like every time it happens for me, it's not planned. Like, when it does happen, usually, like, it's just something, you're like, oh shit, he's on the ground, like, you know,
something
you're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
And then, clink, one of them just hits clean. With timing, luck, a little bit of luck, you know.
Yeah.
You always got to sprinkle a little bit of luck on there, you know.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But you know, yeah, I know what you're saying. Like you've once you've hit that high of highs, of course you want to hit that again. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
You know, but it's just not the way.
Yeah, you'll watch motherfuckers like throw away technique though too, like to, you know, like you get like Vanderlei Silva or something like that, who's like pretty like crispy fucking like stand up. Like he was black belt jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And then he started winning fights, just fucking windmilling people.
Well, it's funny because sometimes a technical fighter's weakness is someone that bull rushes because they don't expect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're both high level technicians. We're just gonna like do technique.
Well, that's how I won all my early fights, dude. Like a lot of the ones I won was just
pure straight up aggression.
That one of the promoters, one of the announcers even said, he's like, he's just winning off pure aggression right now. Like, and I was like, well, I can't beat this guy any other way right now.
Well, dude, a win's a win too. Like, you know, you gotta like, dude. I mean, how many fighters like look at Francis Ngannou right now? Like, that motherfucker. Like, if you saw how fucking awesome he was against Stipe the second time compared to the first time, where you can see he panicked because every fight was like a first round win. And then when he fought Stipe and hits in the second round, he's like, "Oh shit, it's not working," you know. And then Stipe fucking pieced him up like with like cleaner technique and shit.
Well, Francis also fought who's the other guy?
Derek Lewis.
Yeah, and they like threw like 2 punches the whole fight or whatever.
Yeah,
that was such a bad fight.
But they were so fucking
was that
scared
Lewis?
of each other.
That was Lewis, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was my balls are hot guy.
Yeah. My balls was hot.
There's a rematch between those two.
Yeah, they're gonna fight again.
Well, good.
I think
it's gonna be a way better fight.
It's gonna be a better fight for sure. But I think Ngannou too just got his ass beat by Stipe. He said that's what made him scared to fight Lewis because he thought
he's not like he's like his experience level. He's a freak of nature.
Yeah,
his size and all that stuff.
Yeah,
you know, he's like a heavyweight built like a bantamweight. You know?
Yeah.
He's fast.
He's got speed.
He moves. You know, so
scary dude.
So in my opinion, shit. I mean, now that he's starting to learn, oh my god, like he's just gonna be this like force to be reckoned with, a juggernaut.
That's what I thought, dude. Like that second Stipe fight was like he fought so patiently.
Yeah, it was.
And like the way he avoided takedowns, the way he like, you know, the way he was stuffing him with like I was like, holy shit, it's like a completely better fighter than the first time.
Look at Stipe. Stipe, he's obviously the best
Super
there
good.
is,
Yeah.
or was, and still top of the list. But if you watch his like technique of sometimes the way he strikes, it's not very like crisp. He's he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys, when you get a guy that's athletic like that, stepping in there with like the Derek Lewis's or whoever the fuck
So
else.
gone now too.
These guys that are bigger, like these Roy Nelson looking guys, you know what I mean? Then you got guys that are just like these athletic freaks, and it's just like, it's gonna be a melee.
I used to love watching Roy Nelson fights, like with people who
he was my fucking favorite.
Like with people that don't watch fights. Because they're like, who the fuck is this fat ass, dude? And I'm like, watch.
And his cardio was crazy.
Dude, he fucking...
guys, it's like, what are you smoking?
Dude, he fucking folded, who was it, Stefan Struve? Remember, he folded like a tortilla burger, dude.
Dude, he
went up there like, boop, like he fucking little macked him from like punch out.
Oh, yeah.
He like got up, like, dude, and he fucking like 7 foot tall dude just fucking crumbled like.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. And you know what's funny? Diego Sanchez actually beat Roy Nelson in a grappling match.
Oh shit!
I could see that.
Yeah,
I've rolled with Diego, and he's literally got energy. He just doesn't stop.
That's insane, dude.
He just goes, and it's obviously his technique is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been grappling at a young age too.
Oh, he used to wrestle everything, so he's
he was a state champ, I think.
Holy shit!
Because I think I used to train with like Lovato as his coach, like before his Latrells, and it was ABQ kickboxing.
Uh-huh.
I used to train there, dude. So I met Diego there, and like he held mitts for a little bit. Dude, I mean, he was it was right after he lost to BJ Penn. He was super fucking cool.
Okay.
It was like when he moved back here. But I met Cerrone there too. Just for a minute.
That's where he first started out here.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
He used to do. He was still at Jackson's, but he would train with Ray.
Well, my coach, Ray Yee, is the one who invited him out here to Albuquerque.
Oh fuck
to be his 155er.
Fuck yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He was his corner.
Times, yeah.
That's insane.
But yeah, I was like that was like the head coach of the gym that I was going to. But the wrestling coach was I think was Sanchez's coach.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, it was a fucking crazy time. It was like cool to be able to train out there and like here you got the altitude. You have like good coaches. You have like great fighters.
No, to be honest, this is just a wonderful little place to train. Like, you got the mountains, you got great coaches, you got good everything, man. The city's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, dude.
The only distraction you have here is math.
No, yeah.
Yeah. You have to avoid that.
Yeah.
It's not,
well, there's not really much.
Not super hard.
But
anyway, speaking of meth, we got to pay the bills and get our meth money. So we're going to commercial break. We'll be right back.
Awesome. This podcast is brought to you by Best Worst Cantina. You can find our podcast, the whole audio and video, on bestworstcantina.com and also bestworstcantinashop.com. You can find our merchandise. You can find our the shoot hats. You got shirts. You got tank tops. You got coffee mugs. Just use the code THESHOOT for 10% off on all our products and Best Worst Cantina Shop. That is code THESHOOT for 10% off.
And we are back with the shoot. So we're talking about like you being you're not being from here and stuff like that, but like you also come from a native family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's like. I mean, there's a lot of natives here as well, but you're from the Apaches.
Yeah, my tribe is the Apache tribe, but there are many bands, and that's one of the difficult parts about becoming being a native in this modern day. So there was actually recently a story that's been circulating through social media about a school in Canada that they found the remains of 215 children.
That's so
Jesus
crazy.
Christ, 215.
But I just did a little bit of research on it, and they very light research, just watching a few videos, and it seemed that this was basically like a burial site of children from the schools that they have up there, where they basically, I forget the exact name of it, but it would basically be like a boarding school kind of a thing.
Oh shit!
And they had a different name for it, but to all these kids, and then they would take them away from their families, and it was a very difficult thing for all of the people that survived, and and for all the people that are like, but it's more difficult for their ancestors. The suicide rate was not was if minimal, if any at all, for the people who survived it. Mm-hmm. But it was the people that were in their families in the future that were the ones that suffered. And I'm one of the great-grandchildren of someone who had lived through something similar in the Americas, where they took them and put them into missions instead of like the schools, which is the same thing, really.
Yeah.
My great-grandmother used to tell stories to my grandparents, and they would telling about how when my great-grandmother was kidnapped, and she used to try to run away, and she would get beaten all the time, but she would try to run out and like into away from the building and try to yell for her people to come take her back. And that's actually a story that was circulated through my family since I could remember.
Yeah.
And they used to say that she was real violent, like she was a real angry lady. One of my great aunts said that how she like did something she didn't like, and she like went to go stomp on the ground, like, and she rolled out of the way, but she said she like saw fury in her eyes. And those kinds of places, like, they weren't meant to mold you into an upstanding citizen. It was to erase your past. Yeah. And they took you away from your family so that you couldn't connect with them, and they made you not native anymore, so you didn't speak your language, you have any of your traditions, you cut your hair, like everything is gone. So when they would do that, you basically, when you go back, they don't accept you as native anymore because you don't speak the language. There's no really communication, even like spiritually or morally or anything. You just don't understand each other. Like, why are you guys going out here in the dirt and praying and pouring hot water in these rocks in this tent? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's stupid. We need to go talk to Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at this book. Like, well, I don't know what the words say. So you have no ability to communicate. So you basically like disconnecting the next generation, and then the other generation stays back here.
Yeah, that's like I think that's one of the biggest shames, like in a lot of cultures right now, like stolen history, basically.
Yeah, Puerto Rico's the same way with the Taino tribe. We don't.
Yeah.
No one speaks Taino. Whatever the language it was.
Yeah, in Mexico too. There's like, there's like a few hundred people that speak like some of the old like indigenous language there.
I mean, you still have the Tarahumara tribe, the runners. They're still like parts of Mexico where they're like still like close to their culture.
Yeah, it's little bubbles of them, kind of like, but it's like it's almost like they design it for it to die out too.
Yeah,
where it's like
ultimately that's there's statements from all those groups of people that come in there. That you can read them, you can look them up. I mean, they're specifically saying is like, our job is to make sure that there will be no more indigenous peoples, and they want to civilize these savages and things like that. And the one thing that I think that kind of really, so a lot of Native people don't like when I say it, but even to this day we have a hard time gathering as one because our traditions are so far separate, and especially like guys like me, I'm accepted amongst the people that know me, but some people that see me see my light skin and they see my beard and they see whatever, and it's like, to me, I don't really care what they say. Yeah. And it makes it very difficult. This is a project assimilation complete, to where my people are still not fully accepting me. Like, I've had people like, what are you, what's your tribe, what are your bands, and this, and what's your ancestry, and I'll explain to them I'm assimilated. Yeah. And it's very difficult to be assimilated, and especially for Puerto Rico, like anywhere where someone has come and conquered, but we have to also accept that that's history, and we can't do anything about that.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, that's like the family I have in Mexico is the same. It's a lot of that, like, it gets so blurry, it's like you don't even fucking know. And then it's also like that acceptance like thing as well. Yeah, because you don't look like me and move here and be like, what's up? It's my paisans, right? Right? No, they're like, yeah, right.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, Carl.
Okay, okay, Gabriel.
Gabriel.
But what's really interesting though is growing up, and my mom's a hillbilly. I love her to death, but she's as hillbilly as they come, man. Trailer parks and middle of nowhere. Sorry, Mom. But but it's the truth, and she'll tell you straight up she's a hillbilly. But that's the thing, though, is I like being from, you notice I have like a bit of a twang. So sometimes it comes from my mom, some my dad too, a little bit, just from the area I'm from. But where I grew up, man, I'm telling you, like, I was never accepted anywhere I went. And I want to say a personal thank you to anybody who's watching this that picked on me growing up. You go fuck yourself.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? But
he's on a podcast now.
But,
you fucking losers.
no,
You're at home watching podcasts with him in it.
But the point of it is, fuck you very much. The point of why I say that is because I thank them all for picking on me. I could say the names. I've never say their names, but like the people that like call me like Pocahontas, Blanket Ass, Redskin.
Blanket Ass, dude. That's
Prairie N-word. I won't say that. I'm not into I don't even believe in it. But anyways, I've been called many things, and they only fueled me to become a better person because I see that this is this is not how to treat people. I went to school. My dad has a stack of suspension slips for me. Just like I used to come home and cry. Yeah. I tell my dad, I don't want to fight anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to have friends. And they're picking on me. My dad told me, it's a traditional, like he's a modern day traditional native, and he was just like, son, he's like, basically something like, you're a warrior, but you're a kind warrior. You don't want to hurt anybody. You can, but you don't want to. And he would try to explain it to me, and he got fed up with one day. And he says, you know what, fuck it. The next dude that touches you, I want you to just lay into him. And he said from that point on, it was just mayhem. It was just because.
Well, yeah, look at you now. You're a professional fucking fighter.
Yeah. But I've literally been laughed at by entire auditorium of students, people, my peers. But I appreciate those things, and a friend of mine, Joey Styles, he's a R&B like rap artist in Canada. Native guy, I met him at Gathering Nations, and he kind of has a similar view on things too as well about bullying. I think that it's people don't like when I say these things, but it's the truth. It's necessary. People say, "Oh, stop bullying." Okay, without bullying, you won't weed out the soft people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible. Not bully them to the point where they go kill themselves. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying it is a part of nature.
Oh, dude, it's like failing. It's losing a fight. It's having a bad stand-up show. It's having a bad show.
It's the reason why.
It's like the coming back is like the fucking thing.
Yeah, It's really what got me into martial arts in general was getting bullied for my height.
And that's the thing. I mean, you've got to learn to defend yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that all those things are necessary.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you got to have that inner fucking narcissist almost like to come back and be like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like soul crushing embarrassment, bullying, teasing. That kind of stuff is always like when I was in the army and shit, I was like the youngest sergeant in my unit, and I made that from because you're never gonna be shit, and then you come back and you get your stripes and shit, and you're like, I'm sorry, what were you saying? Like, you're like you do shit, and it's like I don't ever do shit because people say I can't or people bully me or whatever, but it does help.
Oh,
and it does help where people like I don't think you're a very good singer or some shit, and like a year later. I'm playing like bigger stages and better shows and shit because I'm like
falsettos, bro.
Thank you. But it's one of those things, dude. It's like you have to like. It really is. I think the necessary part of it is coming back from it, right? It's like Ricardo, the Red Gorilla, said. He's like, it's not how many fights you win; it's how many you show up for. He's like showing. It's like, dude, no, I'm gonna keep going. And like, even if, and yeah, dude, I wasn't good at shit. Like when I started playing music. I wasn't really that fucking good at anything, and then, but you learn like, kind of pretend you belong there, and then eventually you do.
Well, it's like it's the same thing with fighting, like you get to train with Carlos all the time. You get to train with Nate. You get to train with other guys. That obviously, I mean, I'm sure there's other phenomenal names that come in there as well. But there's a saying. I don't know exactly how it goes. I'll just murder it. But basically, it's like if you do something long enough, your idols will become your peers at one point or another.
Right,
it's crazy.
So for you, music, you're like, oh, I want to do this, want to do that, and you idolize certain bands and certain musicians, and then
you're playing on stage with them and shit. Hell yeah!
That's exactly. I mean, like Cowboy was like my idol.
Yeah.
I was like, I want. That's why I used to fight. My amateur record was total shit, but I had a winning record, but still. I saw anybody anytime. I never said no to a fight. I only said no once because I hurt my shoulder, but that was just an injury. But I was just like, lucky.
Yeah.
But that's probably not how it went. Who knows? But in my head,
Well, that's what you gotta be too.
For
You
real.
gotta get up there and actually I'm rehearsing right after this podcast is over.
Oh shit.
Because we're playing a couple shows in the next couple weeks, but it's all about I don't say no to shows like that. I'll agree to stuff that I'm like, oh, am I ready for this kind of thing? And you're like, no, you make yourself ready. You make yourself ready by pretending you're like, hell yeah, I belong next to these people.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And then
I wouldn't say pretend.
well, I mean, I tell myself that, but you're like,
Because pretend means,
yeah, right.
You're not.
I would say that
You don't really believe it.
Yeah, you obviously you question yourself as an up and coming whatever you are.
Yeah.
But I would say that you definitely you're putting forth your best effort, and I wouldn't say that you pretend, because you're there.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
Well, it's like Alien Marshall said, who's a jiu-jitsu black belt. It's like, if you want to change your life, stay consistent at something for 6 months.
Yeah.
And you'll see something different.
It's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Is Nigel Houston? His parent, they had a skate
skater.
park in my hometown.
Yeah.
So it was right next to Davis, which is where he grew up. But they had a skate park there, and his dad, Adami, and I used to be we were always like at that time I didn't know what hater was, but I was one. but a confident one. I was like more of confidence. Like fuck, he's so good. He was 10 and he could just outskate anybody. All his brothers and sisters, all the brothers, they could all skate super crazy. Like they would play us switch, and we'd play regular, and they could still smoke us.
Damn.
Yeah.
So the point of it is, I remember one time I was saying something to his dad, like, man, Nigel's so good, and Abi, Jemai, they're so amazing, like, man, they're so lucky they have the skate park, this and that. And his dad was like, that's not true. He's like, hey, man, you want to be as good as Nigel or Abi or Jemai? He's all, check this out, how many hours a day do you skate? And I was like, I don't know, man, we come here, we skate a little bit, we go have lunch, and then we maybe go fuck off and do whatever, He's like, go skate every day, 8 hours a day for a month, and then come back to me and talk to me how good you are. I did that for a whole summer, and I went from being able to barely able to ollie stair sets to I've 3-flipped the marble 8, which is a big deal back there, and I hit the brick tin handrail. I did all this stuff from somebody like that saying, hey man, you want to do something? Quit bitching and get to work.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
So when people are like, oh, I wish I could do this like you do, and I'm like, you can. You just have to care enough. Nobody sees you. Nobody sees you at home or you're working out something.
Well, they don't teach that in school. They don't teach any kind of confidence outside. Sports definitely, but at the same time, there's that bullying aspect and all that, and they pick you up. But
schools are garbage, dude.
Well, I wouldn't say they're garbage. I would say that they might be a little bit misled, but they're definitely, they're putting forth their best effort of having. I mean, think about this: 30-something students.
Yeah.
Fucking 7-8 times a day. I mean, I would have kicked all their asses out of my. Kidding me? A bunch of fucking.
What's weird about schools too is they'll be like, you
Psychos.
can be the president of the United States. And no, not all of us can be. Or
Or
should
only,
be.
only one of us can be technically.
Yeah. And then
For 4 years.
but all
at a
that
time.
you can be anything you set your mind to, and I'm like, sometimes it's not true.
Well, no.
And instilling the confidence to
I would say that this is true. Is a true statement, but without the proper guidance, you're not going to get
right.
there. And that is what we're
And
missing.
the
I feel
belief, you have to have belief.
Well, that's what with guidance comes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're missing a lot of today.
Yeah.
Is guidance. Without the proper guidance, you're not going to get. You know what I mean? You could be okay, I'm going to fly an airplane. Okay, cool, man. What are you going to start with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you get right? It's what is that? It's not knowing the answers. It's knowing where to look for them and shit. And that's what intelligence. We were just talking about this the other day, dude. People who aren't curious or ask questions. It's what unintelligent people do. I think it's when they don't wonder anything.
Misled people.
Yeah.
Because intelligence, I don't think has anything to do with that.
Speaking of
Intelligence.
Speaking of intelligence, the brain of the operation, Kevin, says we're going to commercial break now. Do you hear? Of course you do. The way this is so professionally filmed, it's not that you like seeing me. It's that this camera works so crisp and beautiful. And that's only thanks to Boulder Road Digital. If you go to boulderroaddigital.com, you can get your own video services. We're talking grandma's funeral. We're talking sex tapes. We're talking everything you want to do. Your grandma's sex tapes. Your step-grandma's sex tapes. We'll do it all. And
Kevin is the most flexible dude. Like, he'll work with you. Just say what you want to film, and he'll come and he'll film it. He's done Monsters of Rock cruise. He's done rock and roll cruises. Like, he gets hired to go on a cruise ship and film Winger and Warrant. I don't know if Warrant. Yeah, I'm seeing a nod. That's BoulderRoadDigital.com. Whatever you do, he's good at it, and he'll make you look good at doing it. Unless you suck at it, but he'll make it beautiful. That's BoulderRoadDigital.com. They're instrumental in making this podcast happen. So thank you, BoulderRoadDigital.com, for sponsoring this show. Please go to BoulderRoadDigital.com for more information. Thanks.
Yes.
He's the funniest one. And we're back. Welcome back to the fucking shoot. You know what I like, dude, is how shitty I look in this ad. And then it comes back and I'm like cleaning myself up. I'm losing weight.
We're keeping that ad so when you like lose all the weight that you want,
dude,
doing jiu-jitsu, he's gonna do jiu-jitsu at Dark Haven.
Dude, you know what's great too is like I had a friend that were like, dude, you've been losing weight, man. You look good lately. And I'm like, dude, just get a podcast where you have to look at your fucking fat face every week. And dude, the pounds will melt off, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, speaking of that, I've actually been doing research on people's like diet lately a lot more. Just
Yeah.
eating like straight carnivore and meat diets and getting
That's
rid
what
of
I've been
carbs
doing.
and stuff. Oh my god! Like,
Dude, I have like I hardly eat any carbs. Like,
I
and
used to do that.
I eat like meat and cheese.
dairy, even like
Yeah.
it causes inflammation. All
Yeah,
these really
I
interesting
used to do
things.
that. I used to do that, and then when I lost the weight, and then I knew like to maintain my weight.
Yeah.
I've been like not going too strict, but when I know I had to competition that I had to cut weight, that's where I'm like cut the carbs and I can lose it easily.
You ever
Dude.
notice how more like, alright, so when you clean your diet up, you ever notice how more clear your mind is?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's
like less
that's the
depressed
thing.
you are, and like, or if you don't have it at all, whatever. But
No,
What's
I-
weird, dude,
I
is
have it
that-
a lot. Yeah.
The dieting I'm doing is like I wake up early in the morning now every day.
That's awesome, dude.
I go back to bed.
yeah, I go back to bed. I wake up. Ooh, it's gonna be a good day.
I wake up, dude. I wake up, I take a fucking dump, dude, and fucking smoke some weed. Then I pass back out. And then
But you gotta pick
dude,
the time.
but I'm up for a minute, at least a few minutes.
Hey, yeah.
No, but like dude, with
Step
the
at a
diet
time.
stuff is like, and that's the thing is I don't like to preach like whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't work for everybody. You know, it's like people get different results from different shit.
Yeah,
But I
sometimes
think
you
I
don't
found
like
something that
elk meat
works
or
for me.
DMT, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, DMT. You ever do DMT?
Yeah.
That's one of those things, dude. We need to do an episode where, like, one of our entire segments is just us just sparking some DMT.
That will be
And
on
then-
our Patreon episode.
Dude.
Sign
Oh,
me up.
yeah,
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
come
it.
sit
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll have you as a regular for sure.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I did it once. Ooh, shit.
Dude, I did, like...
That's all I can say. There's no really work.
I hit some off of friends, like, it was like, we're smoking weed, but there's, like, DMT on top of it, I guess. But I think he got the lion's share of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I got like a little bit, but I was like, man, this world is colorful as fuck. And that's about it.
Well, you gotta close your eyes. Like, that's
Oh,
where
really?
the transcendent thing. 'Cause that's like the point. Like, it's literally you
That's
go
when
open your
Joe
eyes
Rogan-
and the world's like kaleidoscope shapes and colors, and then you go poof, and he goes woof, and you're fucking gone.
Wow. That's when Joe Rogan's in a robe and he's like, take my hand, my son.
Have you ever tried DMT? DMT.
Dude, that's one of those things, man.
Oh.
Dude, I'm a proponent of like hallucinogens. Dude. I think everybody should go on the journey. Unless
it
my
up,
kids are
JD,
watching, then
JD.
like you gotta wait.
It's funny. Graham Hancock talks about that. How he believes that, like, you know, if you want to be president, you got to do like 12 little sessions of
Yeah.
ayahuasca.
100%.
I'm not into shit myself, so I'm not taking the ayahuasca.
Well, you're
route.
not being.
Nah, I don't wanna do
president,
that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you never know. You can be whatever you want. But yeah.
Well, no, yeah, I don't like that because like everything I've read about ayahuasca, dude, they're like, hell yeah, dude, like, and then you're watching those documentaries about it, and they're like, they're gonna take this trip for like 2 days, and people are just like vomiting, and they're like, here's your puke bucket, and I'm like, Jesus, like, you need one of those?
But you know what sucks is that ayahuasca is one of those things that white girls ruin for me, like avocado toast. But I'm slowly getting into it.
Don't
'cause
let
they
them
try
take
to-
that.
Yeah, because
Don't let them take
So-
that. No,
no,
this is
listen,
ours.
listen,
this is
listen.
ours.
Guys, listen to me.
Okay.
I started drinking White Claws, right?
Keep the calorie count down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe they have something figured out. So I'm really interested in trying.
They're onto
ayahuasca.
something.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Just because they exploit it doesn't mean it is big
Yeah.
for that matter.
Yeah.
Dude, and let me tell you, I speak avocado toast in Hawaii. Avocado toast dude, they don't fuck around with avocados out there.
Oh,
It was like literally this thick. I'm not almost an inch thick of avocado, and like bacon and the whole deal.
Oh, man. That sounds beautiful.
That sounds amazing.
Hawaii is my place to go. I love Hawaii.
Dude, I haven't.
Are you
never
training
been there.
in Hawaii more often, or are you just?
I went out there to work with my buddy Neil. Neil Kamimura. He's like a world famous knife maker, and I went out there to help him build a shop. And I was training with my buddy Scotty Ha'o out in Kona. And yeah, I was training there for a little bit, and I was there for 3 months.
That's awesome,
Dude, that's got to be a place where like you kind of forget it all, like where you get to like
If you
kind
are
of
a
get
tourist,
to enjoy,
yes,
where you get to enjoy the shit around you,
I
and
was
like
sad.
really
I
take
love it,
in.
man.
I was sad when you told me you were going to Hawaii because I thought you were staying there, and I was like, man, I just had Thanksgiving with you. What do you mean you're leaving to Hawaii?
Yeah.
I thought you were just moving there for good.
just came
everybody
into our
thought
lives,
that too.
man.
Everybody said, "Oh man, you're not coming back," and because I was supposed to go there for a month, and then my buddy Neil was like, "Hey man, we got some things going on. I need you to stay for a little bit longer, and then a little bit longer, and a little bit longer." And I was like, "What? Oh my god, I gotta stay here.
In
This is
this
horrible."
paradise.
Guys, SMH stuck in Hawaii again. Oh, by the way, real quick side note, dude. We did the fight picks for this week, last week. So I look like an asshole all weekend looking for the fights, but they're this weekend. So watch our last episode. We're not gonna fucking
Do it again.
yeah, we're not gonna fight pick again.
And by the way, I'm like the biggest idiot in the world when it comes to knowing who's who in MMA. I just like to fight, and people are like, you know, this guy and that guy, and they're doing things and stuff. I'm like, no.
Dude,
think the
we
worst
fucking
people-
literally some of our guests are like, that guy's taller. I think he'll win or some shit.
You
Like,
know what's funny? The worst people to talk about MMA fights are MMA fighters. Because they're doing their own thing.
oh yeah. So they definitely don't know it's.
Yeah, I mean, that's their job. They don't want to talk about their job.
I'm like that with new
Well,
bands.
Well, no, a lot of fighters, they really, really, really indulge and they know who everybody is and their stats and who's fighting
Yeah.
who. But those guys also watch a lot of football and shit.
Yeah.
They're fans of.
Yeah, just sports.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of sports. I like to play them.
Yeah. I mean, I played a football player one time in a commercial. So, I get pretty athletic myself. No, actually, like, I do get a workout on stage because I fucking drive myself
dude.
around and shit.
Who was that musician who used to eat like a bowl of garlic before his shows?
I don't know.
Someone real famous, and he used to have to, like, everybody stay real far away from him because he would like eat it and like sweat
I should
it out.
start doing that, man, because
That
we're
was
losing
like
the
a big
masks.
pop thing.
No, it was somebody like monumental, like a real, I don't know. I don't want to start shouting
A
names
bowl.
that I don't know. Like he would
Yeah.
literally eat like a gigantic helping of garlic, and while he's out there, he would sweat it out.
Ooh.
That
Yeah,
sounds
I mean,
fucking-
it'd be somebody that's
Dude, still would get laid, I bet.
Google.
Still
Oh.
gets laid.
100%.
They're like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
it's like at that
Bunch of
point, it's
Italians that
like
would
it's like going to
love
the
them.
strip club when you have like fucking diarrhea and shit, dude. Like,
oh, you stink. Come here.
Mamma mia! You smell good!
they're like, my grandmother's Italian.
Oh,
Take
my
me.
God. Take me. Oh my god.
There's a bunch of little Mario-looking fellas trying
Dude, I'll
to
rip my
chase
shirt off more on the next one in the Patreon, right?
you. Yeah, the
When we get the Patreon going.
We need to get one soon.
Oh yeah.
Well, at least we need to get like 20 views on the
We
live.
just start doing that. Just start doing blow on the fucking. That's what-
So,
yeah.
like I was saying,
Listen, man.
So like I
no,
was saying.
you're not listening.
the frogs are gay.
Put freaking chemicals in the water to make the frogs gay. Dude, I'm fucking proud of my Alex Jones, dude.
Oh my god.
I want to do
guy.
I want to do an Alex Jones episode.
That's goals, dude. Those are
Yeah,
Oh
goals.
my god.
dude, just get Alex. What do we got? Alex Jones to come in. It's like, listen, down in Hatch they put the seeds in the green chili make you homosexual. You're like, what?
Dude, that guy needs to smoke some demons.
Yeah.
He guy's off his fucking rocker.
Oh, dude, but he
That
looks
guy's
like such
crazy.
a great time to be around.
Oh, dude.
Oh, I bet he's insane, dude. He's like, stay in the car. It's Paco's house. I'm gonna go pick something up. It's like, you're just sitting in a pickup truck. It's like Paco's house.
He's sweating with
Yeah.
air conditioning.
Yeah. He's just sweating, dude. You're in a fucking pickup truck, like in the fucking hood. You're like, what the fuck? I'll be right back. Okay, let's go to see Paco. I gotta talk to him. Because fucking comes out, and he's like, pretty good. Yeah. No, we're gonna have a good time tonight.
That's what Area 51.
Yeah.
He's one person I would have loved to hang out with in Vegas.
They're hiding. Homosexual aliens. They're hiding. Like, what? They're free to come out of the closet. The celestial closet, as it were.
He looks like the type of guy that would pay for like the dinner for the whole table, but not tip. So you're stuck with the tip.
Yeah.
And it's still more than what you make.
You guys gotta cover me up.
Yeah, I still don't have money for that.
Yeah. Dude, he looks like he like invites you out and there's like a naked chick with like sushi all over her. He's like, please help yourself.
And he's just licking the woman instead of
Oops, I missed. I missed again.
Oh, man.
Dude, that'd be fucking so good.
Yeah, you gotta get into comedy.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, what do you have going on?
I have nothing going on. I think I have a show in Denver June 19th. I will be in Puerto Rico from the 21st to the 29th, so if you want to hang out or at least book me in something, please let me know because I have the money.
Hell yeah.
But that's it so far.
I'll be was it June 10th? June 10th at the launch pad. June 18th in Phoenix at the Yucca Tap Room. 19th in Bisbee, Arizona at the Quarry. Then 20th, I'm playing my other band, Loner Party, right back here in Albuquerque. And then I guess we might pre-record an episode or something, so for when you're gone and stuff.
We'll think about it.
Right? What do you have going on? You have some fights coming up, or you have?
Yeah, I explained earlier. Hopefully July 31st, but we shall see.
And how do people follow you?
It's my name. It's really simple. I don't have
It's in the title of the episode.
Yeah, it's Caleb Ramirez. You can Instagram, Facebook. I do not have a Twitter because I don't like Twitter.
Dude, Twitter is hilarious.
Twitter is just
it's
literally blowingly simple.
Twitter is making me money though with investments.
Oh, nice.
With stocks.
Really?
Oh yeah, you're fucking Mr. Stockbroker like since the last time I saw you.
Yeah, dude, call me G Money now.
Yeah, G Money.
Because I'm investing in
Okay. Give me your money so I can invest it.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. No, Twitter's great. It's like it's like a bus station full of schizophrenic hobos. When everybody's just like, don't forget, follow the law or something, and they're like, dude, you have no followers. Like, when they're like, yeah, right.
I made a Twitter and I made like a couple posts and I just didn't get it. It was like,
oh yeah,
just maybe my intellectual abilities are not that.
You know what, bro? We'll take you to the Twitter trail right after this episode's done.
Twitter trail.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys. Subscribe.
Welcome back, Diego Sanchez. By the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Glad you're back, baby.
Yeah, for sure. We'll change the fucking countdown picture. And make sure you like, subscribe, share, click the notification button. Make sure you check out the audio on Spotify, iTunes, all the other platforms you listen to podcasts instead of watching it on YouTube like a weirdo. And thank you so much, and thank you, Caleb.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Caleb. We'll see you guys next week. Love you guys.
Peace out.